Okay, welcome Helldivers to another video. Now this one is just going to be like a slight review of the latest warbond that came out. Let's get straight into it. Now, the Freedom's Flame warbond, I would say kind of suffers from the previous warbond, the Vibrant Commandos, which I did not partake in myself because I just wasn't interested, and there was nothing really inside of the warbond that just enticed me to want to get it and progress it. Now, on top of that, it's already easy to progress through the war bonds, and it's really fast to do so just by playing the game. I'll commend them for that. Please don't ever change that, Arrowhead. You're doing a great job at doing that. Now let's get back on track. Freedom's Flame. Let's start from the top. Now, I just want to say the armor sets of the armor set of the first page is really good. It's really good. It's just the usual 100, but when it comes to the cosmetics, which it would be being able to change the color of your hell pod. Now, this being a fire themed war bond, the why they went with orange, it just I question that, because this being a fire war bond, shouldn't we get fire themed cosmetics on the weapons and mechs and the pelican and the hell pods instead of just the color orange? Why we couldn't get flame decals or a sick iridescent look on the barrel of the shotgun? Could we not get that on anything else? That would have been nice. Couldn't we have just gotten Lady Liberty with a flamethrower? You know, something that really helps boost morale with the Helldivers during the current state of affairs right now. The gear set is really nice. The color red, the hot red that they went with, and the look overall, I give it 2 thumbs up. I really wish it wasn't light armor, but that's fine. That's fine. On to the next one. The cape is a little weak though. It is. It's pretty weak compared to the other capes. Now the shotgun, this could have been an amazing opportunity to go and introduce a brand new weapon that we haven't seen before. I know I stated in sometime back in a previous video, why can't we just get a grenade launcher, something like that? A grenade launcher that launches incendiary rounds, a grenade launcher that can cycle between different ammo types. Like we can swap between turning your flashlight on and off, swapping the rate of fire. We could have had something like that. That could have been really nice. This could have been easily one of the best war bonds out there to date. But currently we get another shotgun added to the field, and it's not a slugger. It's not a slugger. It's a buck. I think it's a buckshot, but it's not a slugger. It's buckshot, incendiary rounds. I'm just pretty tired of shotguns. Shotguns already having a stacked family to choose from compared to any other weapon in the arsenal right now. That is a fact. We could have easily had a grenade launcher, a grenade launcher that could swap between incendiary, acid, smoke, like explosive. Literally, bam, right there. 4 ammunition types off top, but we get another shotgun. The barrel looks cool. I wish we had that type of color theme on something else, but this is what we have. More emotes, more emotes. Victory poses, excuse me. I just question, why can't we do victory poses in game instead of like at the end game? The end game like cutscene when we're looking at our stats. Why we can't like perform this while we're actually playing in the field? But we're moving on. Next page. The flamethrower, I found myself gravitating towards it, and this being my primary outside of the Scorcher, because I'm getting just a little bit of alien vibes when I'm using it. I wish it was just a bit better. It's slightly weak over the stratagem variant, but even then the stratagem variant got nerfed just a tad bit as well. I don't get it in the flame themed war bond. I wish it really hit just a bit harder when it comes to hitting those weak points on enemies. But that's just me. I don't know if they're ever gonna. I just don't know. It's in kind of a weird spot after the nerf. I don't know why they went this route. The fire doesn't look that great. the fire animation. We're moving on. This gear set is honestly, I love it. It's a really nice looking gear set. The inflammable passive is really, really good. I I have nothing else more to say on there. I wish we had a second passive added on, but this passive is nice too. Again, more credits. Let's keep moving. The secondary, goodness gracious, the secondary special P72 Crisper. This thing is honestly the weakest incendiary weapon in the game. Literally the weakest. I don't see why you would want to use it over a grenade pistol, the auto pistol, the heavy pistol, the the default starting pistol. I don't see why. It's coming to the game with a coming up against a pretty stacked roster, competitive roster, might I add, and this thing doesn't add anything else. It doesn't. I can understand if it has such a nice, unique ability to be able to spray flammable liquid and then light the enemy on fire, or spraying out flammable liquid and then igniting it, giving it an increased range. But then again, I wished all incendiary weapons had this ability. This little feature was in Battlefield 1 years ago. Why it's not in here, which honestly would have been really nice, we don't have that. I'm sorry, Helldivers. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. We don't have that. And this thing honestly underperforms. Now, here is a really, really big missed opportunity. This honestly could have been a mech variant. It could have had an autocannon, or it could have used the Vulcan cannon alongside a flamethrower. But I see it's just an orange paint slapped on to the mech suit, even though it could have had really, really amazing flame, iridescent decals on it. But they went with solid orange. I don't know why they went with orange and a flame themed warbond. Pretty big missed opportunity. Last but not least, I did not forget the booster. Arguably the worst booster in the game. For two reasons. You have to use it after you die. You have to use it reinforcing. Second, you have to use it towards the enemy. If you use this towards teammates, you will kill your teammates. This is literally, in my opinion, the worst booster in the game. Why they went with this weak booster is beyond me. This booster, however, could have been. This booster is another missed opportunity. This booster, honestly, in what I think would have been a really good idea, instead of firebomb hell pods, it could have just been the ability to give certain groups of weapons incendiary rounds instead of firebomb hell pods. For example, now when I say that, let's step over to the armor. Now, that booster could have boosted physical hitting weapons, projectiles. Like, let's go up. Let's say the shotgun family, the SMG family, the marksman rifle family, and most of the assault rifles could have opened up the ability for incendiary rounds. Now, that honestly could have been much better to have over hell pods being a booster. That could have been I could have been easily shot up to top pick if they handled it right. But instead, you nerfed fire damage in a game where there's only 1, 2, 3 incendiary primary. No. 1, 2, 3, 4 incendiary primary weapons now. And one still being top dog, and that's the incendiary breaker. You nerf incendiary damage when the sidearm came in struggling, and then you just to nerf it. Now it's in Arrowhead's game, right? This nerf compared to this nerf isn't fair across the board. Something like a incendiary breaker, it's not gonna infect it at all that much, or the 451 cookout, not that much. But when it comes to the Flam 6.6 torture, just a bit more than those two, and then to the sidearm, way more than the primary counterparts. That's pretty bad. That's it. Honestly, when nerfs hit in this game, they're not equal across the board in any way. It just is what it is. I don't know if they're ever gonna change this, but it's just me. Another tip: when using the torture and its secondary, you will get burnt trying to max pain dodge out of the way. If you want to be kind of cool and kind of be on your toes, you're trying to be, cinematic with it, you can't do that. You can only dodge left or right, forward even. But if you dodge backwards, you will light yourself on fire, and that passive honestly will not save you. What I think also would have been a nice touch to the Flam 6.6 torture and the secondary is if its flames kind of stunned enemies, because its greatest threat is hunters. Hunters are its greatest threat in this game when it comes to the Flam 6.6 torture, because they can easily jump right over the flame. It takes a second to start up and get going. That is all the time that hunters need to just jump on you and just get ready for that combo. And it's over. It's pretty much over. I wish there was like a slight stun effect, or being able to lock down certain enemies' abilities. It don't have to be everybody's abilities. It could just be the hunter abilities. Please. Because Terminids and even automatons, they don't flinch. They don't flinch whatsoever when it comes to fire. They dance in it. They play in it. In a game where the KG bomb just acts as nothing but a light show to certain enemies. And I'm going to just leave it right there. If you like the video, comment down below your thoughts. Subscribe. Leave a like, hell a dislike. I'm out.